let's do the jazz hands. Let's do the jazz hands. Come on. There we go. Walter doing jazz hands. Tim from Novak Conversions doing jazz hands. Baby Fist P doing jazz hands. We are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is Free for All Monday. You should at least have a pair specially like sorted out and separated and nicely washed and ironed. Yeah, pressed. Yeah, for Free for All Monday. This is episode 272 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Brought to you by Gun Prime, right there. Boom. I will have a deal that Lola has found on Gun Prime. I'll be able to throw that up here in a minute. Our special guest is Tim from Novak Conversions. What's up, Tim? Chilling.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is cool.
It's always good to have you on. So we're going to be talking some Jeeps. I know there's car guys out there, well, gun guys, like I at least know they like 4x4s. It
kind of goes hand in hand, a Jeep and a gun.
Yeah. Apparently, they don't like any other cars. They like 4x4s. So I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. So we'll talk about that as guns, as well as guns and stuff like that. Here's Walter. Walter likes 4x4s, guns, everything, right? All positions.
Military vehicles, which happen to be 4x4. So.
Yeah, exactly. And we got Babyface P representing for the Flash.
Oh yeah, that's what this is. Yep.
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah, there you go. Repping for the Flash. I don't know if he likes 4x4s. I don't know.
I don't dislike them. My first car before I turned 16, we had a shared car, my brother and I, and it was a 94 Wrangler 4x4.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Cool. I thought you were only Mustangs all the time.
No, and I ran a bunch of shit over with it. It was fun.
Okay, good to know. I always saw Babyface only drove Mustangs.
So yeah, my personal cars that I've owned myself only had Mustangs, but when I had a shared car before I turned 16, it was a Jeep Wrangler.
All right, very cool, very cool. So to all the folks out there, this is Free for All Monday. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. I know you guys have things on your mind. There's stuff that happened over the weekend. You can start by letting me know if you're into cars, because I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to SEMA show. Yep. I think I'm going to be at SEMA show. Tim, you're going to be out there, right?
Yep, I am.
Yes. So this is a good opportunity for us to talk about cars and stuff like that, as well as, I do car stuff on the channel, not this one. I was doing it on the Hank Strange YouTube channel, but we're starting to shift everything over because nowadays in the whole YouTube environment, it's not such a good idea with the way the algorithms and all that nonsense is working. So we're actually separating all our content, and I have a car YouTube channel, an auto-based one. It's called Stranger Palooza. So yeah, there you go, Stranger Palooza. I need everyone to go over to Stranger Palooza and sign up. Okay, sign up for the Stranger Palooza. Let me see. Here, I'll put up a link. I have a link in here for you guys. So, because we need to get it we need to make it legit. So we need people to go over there and sign up. I need to get it to 1,000. I'll put a link there. I'll put a link in our internal chat so you guys can go over there and do that. And let me know what kind of cars you're into, because like I said, we'll be out at SEMA show, and we might get some content specifically for you that you would enjoy. So there you go. We got that. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Tim, what's up with you, man? How's the weather in good old Colorado?
The weather is freaking awesome. When you guys were here in July, it was too hot. I know it's not as humid as where you're at, but it's still hot for us. Right, we're 65 degrees today, though.
65? Okay.
I thought you guys were in Utah.
We are.
What?
I heard Hank said Colorado.
I don't know. What did I say? Yes, I did actually say. Why did I say Colorado? Yeah, you guys are in Utah. I don't know. Totally.
Somebody's listening. I'm listening. Okay.
Yeah. That trip is all a blur in my brain. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, we had a lovely day here today, man.
Yeah.
It started off cool here too, actually.
Nice.
It's been beautiful here in Gainesville.
Yeah, I think did it go over 80?
I don't think so. Not today. And I've actually turned the AC off completely, and I just had the windows open, and I've been comfortable with that. It's amazing.
I think it was 85 down here, but it was very pleasant compared to 95. So
yeah. So see, we got you know, that's cool weather for us. I know that's not Utah cool. Are you wearing like a jacket, Tim? Is it jacket weather?
I got shorts on and I wore a hoodie this morning because it was in the 30s, you know.
Holy Christ. The 30s. Jesus.
it warms up though.
And you were wearing shorts.
Yeah, you know. You acclimate.
Are you sure you're not from Florida?
Dude, when it's 70 degrees, I'm kind of hot. At 90, I'm dying.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know.
I still got the top off the Jeep, if that makes any difference.
Yes. Too bad we don't have the Jeep in the background. I know last time you did, right? Or you had some Jeeps, or so, you had one of the Jeeps. Yeah.
I had to migrate to my office. They're kind of busy over there right now.
Oh, okay. All hands on deck in the office.
You saw that old Commando of mine we had here in the parking lot, didn't you?
Yes. Did you get a chance to look at the video we put up from when we were in Utah?
Yes, Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was way cool. That was so cool about you guys to make it out here too.
Huh?
That was really cool about you guys to make it out here.
Oh man, it was awesome being out there. I feel like one of those, like, you know, when those rock stars, they don't know what town they're in. They're like, yeah, what's happening, Cleveland?
Oh, we're in San Antonio. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was fun. I mean, looking at the Jeeps and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a Jeep per se, but I do have a couple of 4x4s. So,
That's
you know, yeah. I drove one of my 4x4s out there, which Tim saw. Yeah.
Your Audi. Oh,
my Audi 4x4.
I wouldn't even think of that.
Clearance, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I have a legitimate, like, I have a 4Runner. So I don't know what you think about the 4Runners. Those are pretty popular. Not as popular as Jeeps, though.
Well, they sure hold their value, though. You know, try and find an inexpensive 4Runner in good shape. You won't find an inexpensive one anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless it's stolen.
Yeah. Mine is it's like Lola. Actually, my younger son drives it most of the time. So because someone here, this guy, the Flash,
What about me?
desanctified it.
Oh God, yeah. It's been ruined already. There's no bringing it back to pristine.
Yeah, but 4Runners are badass. I really do like 4Runners. So
they're good. They have a huge following too. They're
the reason your son drives that is because he put a big old dent in the side of your beautiful truck. Or are we talking about a different son here?
No, this is a different son. The one that wrecked the truck. I had to get him his own car that he could destroy. So we got him like a Passat, a 1999 Passat. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's more fitting.
If it falls apart, who cares?
Yeah, he was born in 1999.
Oh God, the car's as old as he is.
Yeah, so but you know, it's nice. It's in really good shape. It for something from 1999. It has like 60,000 miles.
Wow, that's just broke in.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it's, you know, Passats back in 1999 were like balling. I was balling back then. Passat. Yeah, it's because
Volkswagen Passat.
Yeah, Volkswagen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Jetta was the smaller one, and then the Passat is the bigger 4-door one, and this one that he has all leather, all that kind of good stuff. So, you know, Lola was like, I don't know why you're buying this car for him. Yeah. So it's nice. Hopefully that's small enough that he can't, you know, because my other 4x4 is a Ram Rebel. So yeah, but it was too big for him, and I left it with him one day, and he was supposed to be leaving school like a couple days later, and it was in a parking lot. And then I told him, when you come out of the parking lot, go very slowly and make wide turns coming out of the parking lot. So I was gone. I forgot where I was, but he sends a message like, oh, there's just like a little slight scratch.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It looks like he hit like a big post coming out of there and just turned, you know, on the whole thing and just dragged it all the way back. Yeah.
Ow.
Ridiculous.
Ow.
Ridiculous. So Babyface, you saw that, right?
It was bad. It hurt my soul a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't even my truck.
Yeah. So.
And it wasn't a Ford.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, see. Yeah.
I would own a Ram like that if I had the money, but damn, that thing was expensive.
Yeah. Well, you know.
So,
It has all the bells and whistles. It's the family. It's the
does.
family pickup truck.
uh,
So what can I say? All right. So let's see. What have you guys been up to over the weekend? Babyface, what have you been up to?
Let's see. Friday we went to the the reason I wasn't here, we went to the Mike Shinoda concert in Tampa. So
who's Mike Shinoda?
The other lead singer of Linkin Park.
oh,
Okay.
The first one of the lead singers died. And then the band has since then done weird things. Shinoda started, he's done a couple things in the past, but he's been touring with his own new album. It was really cool because you go to see Linkin Park and it's 10,000 deep. Probably they would sell out like stadiums and stuff, which is not for me. This was at the Ritz in Ybor, which is tiny. I mean, we were like 10, 15 feet away from them.
oh,
So
cool.
it was really cool. It was really, really
How many
awesome.
thousand people could that hold?
Let's see. I'll look it up. It's small.
Probably like what, 1,000 or something.
1,100.
Okay.
Oh, it was tiny. It was really cool though. It was pretty intimate and neat. So we did that, and Marley and I worked at my grandparents' house on Saturday, cleaning up. My mom has gotten this kick that before they come back from North Carolina, she wants to redo their whole backyard for them. So she got us involved. And then beyond that, that's pretty much was my weekend.
Okay. All right, cool. So you weren't in any migrant caravans?
I really thought about joining up, walking for the next 4 or 5 days, but I got things to do outside of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could parachute you in if you need.
Yeah.
I think you would totally blend in with those dudes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That Cuban blood of yours,
Cuban
man.
blood, yeah. I don't know if it'll mix well with the South American blood.
Yeah. Okay, Walter, what did you get up to over the weekend? I know you said you were going to get some rest.
I didn't rest too much. I mean, we went. Saturday I went over to my friend Sean's and helped finish off that. We were shipping a engine transmission.
Oh, from the tank?
From the tank, yeah. It's going to end up in Italy, actually.
Ooh.
So we were finishing off the crate, putting the wood on the outside of it. And then that was Saturday. Saturday night, we went to
Hogwarts.
Oktoberfest.
I saw that. I saw the pictures. It looked fun.
He became a wizard. The sorting hat.
We have a few beers. This beer here, whatever it is, pretty good actually.
Fridger Hovenstein?
No, that's Wiesbrau is where it's the name of the city. Probably it's that, but it's Erdinger, something like that. But how do you say that?
Oh, okay.
I was told by a friend who translates German manuals that in Germany every letter is pronounced. There's no silent letters in German, so you don't skip a letter or something like we do here a lot of times. So or silent or whatever. But anyways, went there, had some fun Saturday night, and Sunday I went back over to Sean's, and we also sold the same guy a couple trailers that we had, military trailers, ammo trailers. World War II vintage ones, actually. So we had to pull those out and clean them up, get ready so they can get shipped off.
What do they just go on a boat?
Yeah, they'll get put in a container probably, and then
cool
that way.
So the Italians don't have their own tanks? I thought like Lamborghini, Ferrari would be
The Italians do have, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I might be. I don't know if they got their own armor. That's a good question.
Yeah,
I know
in World War II.
In World War II, the Italians had tanks. Yeah. Not the world's best tanks, but they had tanks. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Ferrari and Lamborghini were around back then. I don't know.
They have the Ariete tank. It looks like. At least that's what.
Is that a current one?
Yep. Looks like that's current. Current in the military.
Is it sexy? Does it look like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini?
Nah, it looks like a tank.
And tanks are tanks to tanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's those two World War II ammo trailers are going over to Italy. The same guy. So.
Okay. Cool.
But anyway, so today Sean's dad takes that engine in that crate down to the freight person down in Miami, and he gets down there, and they don't have any way to take it off the trailer.
Oh my god!
Because that power pack is heavy.
It was at the port or at someplace outside of the port.
The freight person outside the port.
Oh,
so it's going to handle it from there on. So I guess Sean's dad's hanging out overnight, and in the morning, I guess they're going to bring in either a wrecker or something to pick it up off the trailer, and he can drive out and haul ass. So.
Wow.
So just to throw this out there, the Ariete tank is made by Iveco Fiat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay. Can you put a link up here if you can?
Do you want the wiki? Just the Wikipedia?
Yeah. I'd like to see what that looks like. Okay. So tank troubles.
Tank. So that was the final part of the whole the tank purchase was selling the power pack. So one guy bought the chassis, and then somebody else the engine power pack was not the correct one for the body. So.
Right. Just balling as tank flipper.
Tank flipper, yeah. I wish there was more deals like that. It would be a tank flipper, but you just don't find too many tanks sitting around. So
yeah,
just hanging out.
Yeah,
it should be. There should be more tanks. Everyone should have
a tank in my backyard. You want it? Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yes, everyone should have it.
Or like an old German guy with a tank in his basement. Remember that from a couple years ago?
It's possible.
No, they found that German that had a panther tank in his basement.
And he built the house around it?
I don't know how he got it in there. They didn't go into that detail, but I guess it still had a lot. The gun wasn't demilled properly, so they confiscated it conveniently.
Ooh.
Yeah. Along with some other stuff he had, too.
Yeah, he's like ready. If Hitler comes back from the moon or, from the core of the earth or wherever the hell.
I just saw something on, I don't know where it was on Facebook or someplace where these people are accusing the government of hiding alien structures on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, that's well known, Walter. Didn't you know that?
And
the moon is also hollow, and there's a base in the moon. Come on.
That's the whole premise of Iron Sky.
Okay.
Did you ever see that? Tim, did you ever see Iron Sky? You know what that is? Oh, okay.
I did not see that.
It's a super low budget movie that said that back in World War II, when the Germans were losing, a bunch of them went up to the moon, to the dark side of the moon, to hide out.
It's like alternate history, isn't it?
Yeah, and then in modern times, they try to they come back to Earth and try to take over, which it fails. If you watch the movie, it's a really funny movie.
Wait, I thought they hit Argentina.
Yeah, well, that's where the clones went to Argentina. But supposedly they're doing Iron Sky 2. It was a really low budget.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but Iron Sky 1 was literally funded by the people. It wasn't a movie studio or anything to put it on. They got funding. It's one of those first movies, I think, that was like funded by people. So I think they're doing Iron Sky 2, and the premise of that is that Hitler is at the core of the earth with dinosaurs and stuff and the lizard people or whatever. I'm sure Alex Jones is going to be somewhere in the middle of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Anything's possible,
So yes, I was messing with that stuff till about 4 o'clock yesterday, and I got back home, and then I did nothing after that. So
okay, makes sense.
Besides nap.
Yeah, that's what the weekends are for, man.
Well, yeah. I had to do. Oh, by the way, you see that? See what I'm wearing?
Oh, look at that handsome guy. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Right. Anyways, so
very cool. Doesn't look like a terrorist at all.
A terrorist.
Yeah. So that was a good weekend for you. You got to recharge.
Yeah, it was productive. Yes. I had to help out. I couldn't let Sean do all the work,
Oh, okay. I understand. So what about you, Tim?
In
the Utahs.
It's supposed to be my weekend to get caught up because I spent two weeks at 2 Jeep events back to back and lost all that time at home, and winter's coming, so there's a bunch to do around the house. And then last weekend, the weekend before, we went out to Indiana to my niece's wedding, and apparently we spread the norovirus all over Indiana.
Oh, dear.
Deliberately?
It was unintentional, and I didn't have it. I didn't get it. My poor wife did, and her parents and siblings, and man, it was a bad deal. You hear about that, people on a cruise ship that got it, and it's one thing to just hear that people got it, but man, when you see people you love going through it, that's a pretty bad deal. It's violent.
Yeah, it is. It's no fun. It's no fun. Let me remind everyone to hit the thumbs ups. If you guys want to get your questions ready for Tim, we'll come back to that and ask a bunch of questions. Let me see. I'm gonna go through some stuff here. Tim, what social media do you have for the folks out there that they may want to follow you? I know you have a YouTube channel and the Instagram, right?
Yeah, we got YouTube that we have plans to start hitting harder in the near future. You know, we'll put instructional videos and things like that up because, quite frankly, a lot of what we do is pretty in-depth stuff, and instructional videos help a ton. So we're going to start hitting YouTube more in the future and really help guys out. But we also do Facebook, and to a larger extent, even Instagram. Novak Conversions. I'm at Tim _ Tim Novak Jeep Conversions. And so we put a lot on the Instagram because it's quick. It's easy to get a lot of response on it.
I recommend all the let me see, because Babyface is going to complain if my screen doesn't come through here. But I recommend everyone go out there and go. That's the Instagram page. Lots of good stuff on there. And then you guys are going to do more instruction because you do conversions, obviously, for the engines and transmissions and stuff like that. Things that people can buy from you guys and either have you install or they can install it themselves, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's where we started out, as manufacturing the product, but we also do the installations now as well.
Okay, very cool. And so the Facebook is Novak Jeep Conversions.
Facebook, just really Novak Conversions. If you search Novak Conversions, you'll find us.
Okay. And then the Instagram is Novak Conversions, and the
Novak Jeep Conversions on Instagram.
Novak Jeep. Okay, and then the YouTube is
once again Novak Conversions there.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah. So
we'll get more content.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. I'll go through and shout out everyone. Armament and Axes gave us $2. He says, let's get this out of the way now. He did that even before we started up the show. So let me see if I can go through here real quick. E-Rock, Richard Hughes, Christopher Williams, Michael Bender, Kiaski, Jason Scherer. Let's see. Armament and Axes. Let's see. SoCal Gunner as well. Jade Grew, Highwayman 64. Tango Hunter, The Archangel. Let's see who else we got here. Vanessa Kitty, Boom Outdoors, Christian Grest. I Shoot My AK Naked. I'm trying to see. Thorse is also here. SDL Storm Spotter, James Lawson, Rabbit 0317, Chris Bullis, Richard Portella, Rob Avis, Tacos and French Fries, Psycho 316, Sataket, Chris Osborne, Simpson Road Larry. The Tyven Show is out there. The Tyven Show had a question for you that I'll ask here in a second. DC2 Mega Boost. The Gun Snob says, what's up, guys? Flopping Garbage. Ghost Tactical, Mike Bryant, also out there. KS Harris, Rafael Morales. Let's see who else we've got here in the chat. Lots of people. I'm sure I'm missing some people out here. So if you, Clover Tack, Gorillas and Guns, I Carry My Revolver in Single Action, Music Lover, and let's see, is that CB, also Clint Sanders, and who am I missing? RTS Guy, Bricks, Brian Quick, Ray Bazzolo, Ridge Runner, David Cardinal, Scamp 900, Pixamite, Unloaded Media. Shout out to Unloaded Media, Rich White, Vanessa Kitty. Did I say Vanessa Kitty? Can't remember if I did or I didn't. Big Cliff, Master Sergeant Poppy, USAF, Charles Grab III. If I missed anyone, let me know. Just wanted to shout those people out really, really quick. And what big news thing, anyone out there, what big news things like were really capturing you guys' attention over the weekend?
Did you guys talk about the roving band coming towards the U.S. from through Mexico?
The caravan, yeah.
You already talked about that. Yeah,
I think they're still. Well, we touched on it a little bit. They're still. Are they in Honduras or they're in Mexico right now?
Most of Mexico now, I think.
Yeah, I think they're in Mexico. And I was reading today that there's
traveling Wilburys.
It could cost as much as $21 million to put this on, so this is getting funded from somewhere.
Oh, did you see the picture of the chick They're loading these people in trucks, and here's a chick with a radio.
Yep.
You know what? There's like I said, follow the money.
It's organized, and somebody's paying for it. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
how are these people getting fed?
Exactly. That's the other thing.
How are they getting fed?
Yeah. So
the mostly male caravan, by the way, too. Which
but you also have to ask yourself is how are they able to just go through these countries?
Yeah, because you try that. You try that and see what happens.
Exactly.
Well, apparently, if you bum rush it,
you bum rush it. Yeah, well,
that's what it is, right? It's a big, massive bum rushing.
I guess.
You know, basically, how many people? What is it? How many thousands?
Is that what they're going to do here? Bum rush the border?
Yeah. How many thousands are we looking at here?
It's
I heard 7,000 reported.
All different numbers.
Yeah. So if thousands of people, I see here, I'm looking at something from the Wall Street Journal, roughly 5,000 since October 12th. You know, if you've got 5,000 people just moving through, going through borders and all that kind of stuff from country to country, I mean, and are they armed or not armed? Yeah, definitely a small army.
No, they're not.
They haven't said anything about them being armed. So
yeah, do they have some kind of security?
See, that's the thing that nobody's reporting on is they're just saying, oh, this group is coming, but nobody's reporting on the logistics of them getting here because they're clearly not just walking through Mexico.
No, they're not walking. There's so
so much being missed at this point. And whether that's on purpose or not, I don't know. I have my opinions, but
do you hear a lot about Venezuela? Do you hear a lot about
that in a while?
Do you hear a lot? I mean, do you see actual what's going on the news? No.
You know, I've got friends that live there, and I actually was just able to help one good friend escape. You know,
Jesus.
But you don't hear about the news because it doesn't play to their game, right? Yeah. You don't hear about Nicaragua either. That's in a state of flux too. No, you don't hear.
What happened to your friend in Venezuela, Tim?
Well, there's just with that whole communistic regime, there's no food for anybody.
That's bad.
And I'm hearing stories from people, not really secondhand, but they're saying that the government's killing farmers so they can control the food supply even more. I'm thinking, what food? There is no food. People are dying of starvation.
Yep. They're like chasing rats and whatnot just to try to survive, aren't they?
Yeah, my friend said that every day there is an average of one person in the streets by where he used to live because he fled, dead in the streets from starvation.
Jesus.
Average of one a day.
Is he an American or is he Venezuelan?
Oh, he's Venezuelan. I helped. I didn't have enough funds myself, but I had a few friends that were more than happy to pitch in. We got he and his family bus fare to get out of the country.
Yeah, listen, it's pretty terrible. You have to imagine, and we're doing a lot of imagining, as Walter said, because there's not news coming out of there because the media
won't cover it.
No one wants to cover that.
Everyone's going to show their socialist buddies.
Trump's thing in Texas or whatever last night.
Kicking ass, man.
That's the big news article.
That's on tonight, isn't it? Isn't that tonight?
Maybe it wasn't that.
Tonight,
whatever one it was like last night or night before.
Thousands of people.
Here's the thing. If you're in Venezuela and you want to stay in control, you have to feed the soldiers. So I don't know who else is going to eat, but the soldiers have to eat. That's kind of probably what's going on over there, right?
The brown shirts have to eat.
Yeah. The minute that those guys don't eat, then you will hear about another revolution. Then finally, when there's nothing for anyone, then you're going to go into, I don't know, they're probably already in anarchy at this point. I mean, it's really, really going to get bad before it gets any better over there.
This is, something like this is the closest to an apocalypse that I think any civilization will see in our lifetimes. But with a poorly run country, it could happen. And it's scary that they're now chasing cats down, stray cats, to try to eat them. Otherwise, they're going to starve. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's survival.
Yeah.
Ask my dad if anybody had any pet cats or dogs after World War II.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
There were no strays in the streets.
No, there was nobody had pets. They'd already got eaten. So,
that buddy of mine I was telling you we helped to get out of there. He used to be a little bit heavy set, had a pretty good belly going on, and he doesn't have it anymore. He's skin and bones.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. There was a friend of mine that well, a person I worked with back at Busch Gardens who her family fled Siberia or Russia or somewhere over there. And before fleeing, they were starving and she had to like eat her own horse. It was horrific. But they were like, there's so much meat. You got to do something. We're going to eat a horse.
Yeah, it can get pretty bad. And just to shift it back to what's going on with this caravan, I mean, basically, I think a lot of this is testing the fences, right? That's
exactly what it is.
We haven't done what the European Union has done in terms of, over there, you can pretty much go, if you're in the European Union, you can go anywhere you want to, right? That's why we have the whole Brexit situation coming up and there's problems with all the different countries in that union. We don't have that here. So this is like forcing it on America. Everyone's like, oh, America, you're awesome. You have all this stuff. People should just be able to walk into America whenever they want to. And the other countries aren't stopping anyone because they hope those people don't settle down over there.
Gotta turn the money off, my friend. Turn off the money. Turn off the money. Watch what happens when you turn off the money.
They'll listen then.
Yeah, they'll ask the Palestinians when you turn off the money. Watch what happens. They get all upset.
Well, you have to ask yourself this, like who in America, I know it's pretty easy.
I know what you're going to ask. Who would support this, right?
Right. Well, think about this.
Thousands of people.
If you're looking at us, you can pretty easily figure out what side we're on, right? I don't think you can absolutely 100% do that because, like I was telling Tim before the show, I'm an immigrant. I wasn't born here in America, but that still doesn't mean you can figure out exactly where I'm at on the whole thing. But we're gun guys. We believe in America. We believe in the Constitution. Personally, even though I'm an immigrant, I believe that the whole immigration situation in America is batshit crazy, and something has to be done to fix it. Obviously, people, should be allowed to immigrate to America. We just need to make it. You can't have people like bum rushing America to get in. And you can't have those guys overriding everyone else. You also can't have stuff like wet foot, dry foot that we have.
We are not in a position where we need everybody. This ain't 1800 or 1850 or 18. We don't need everybody.
There's no country that wants everybody.
Well, then they stay where they're at.
But there's no country on the
fix the problems in their own country.
There's no country that wants everyone to go everywhere. There's no country. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
you could tell maybe Venezuela is open for everyone to go in there if they want to.
Well, they're all fleeing to Colombia. You've ever seen the pictures of them crossing the bridges to go to Colombia to get food?
Is that
does Colombia want that?
What are you going to do?
They can't handle it. There's millions of them, Venezuelans now in all those bordering countries, including Argentina.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And then I heard about it because I was watching Mattis talk about it in his weekly thing he did or whatever. They've got a hospital ship parked down there now too, helping with the medical stuff. So there's no medical care for these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, there's no easy. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's one of the fears with any sort of regime change in North Korea. Because it would be the same. It'd be the same sort of thing where you have 100 million people, and what the hell do you do with them?
Well, let me bring up another subject that nobody ever likes to talk about, and it's very, 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 very happening every day in this country. Is all these weird ass diseases that are showing up here? How do you think all these weird ass diseases are showing back up in the United States?
Coming from
it's not because we invited them back. It's because these people are undocumented, whatever you want to call them. Don't go through any medical screening. None, zero, boom. So you got the typhus, you got the tuberculosis, you got the every kind of animal born.
I think I would agree with you in some cases, Walter. In some cases, it's just the normal ways. There's Americans going to other places.
This shit growing up here.
There's Americans going to other places and coming back over here. Like if you're an American and you go to the Philippines so you can get some booty, you might bring something back over here.
Oh, you will.
How do you know where AIDS came from? You know where AIDS came from?
Sub-Saharan Africa, right?
People, monkeys. I saw a documentary about it. You'll laugh all you want, but it crossed.
Was that actually proven true? Is that it came from primate sex?
They have the same type of stuff.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Well, who thinks about any of this stuff's a good idea? food anyways, right?
Listen,
yeah. Or something.
Yeah, all of these things depend. All of these things depend on what point of view that you want to look at it. Look, there's diseases. There's diseases that the pets that we have give us as human beings.
Well, yeah, because people suck face with their dogs and everything, and next thing you know, you heard about these people that catch this. Like, there's some really bad shit you can get from a dog.
Well, I think there's even worse stuff you can get from cats, for example. So there's like cats have this thing that they put out so that the mice are not afraid of them, right? And they can actually catch the mice. That makes the mice weaker, makes them more docile. Well, they do that. They do that to human beings as well.
Well, yeah. Back to the immigrants. When my dad came here, they didn't. If you had anything, you didn't get in the door. Hello, you didn't get in the door. They sent you back on the boat. So so some reason we got rid of polio here, and we got rid of all these other diseases, and now all that stuff is slowly creeping back. And it's like, why? It doesn't take much to figure it out. Why? So you got to have some control. You can't just let things flow like water. Even if you let the water flow, you get sick, because the water can be bad too. But anyways, you got to have some controls on the border. You can't just everybody can't come here because they're downtrodden and whatever their excuse is.
Without a doubt, I think that we have to have some controls. How come other people out there that are looking at this like, oh my God, these poor 5,000 dudes who are marching towards America? You know what? I'm gonna open up my home. How about like Amy Schumer or someone? She's getting ready to have a baby. She could use 5,000 people to help her with that baby.
Some of these people have already been thrown out 3 or 4 or 5 times. They were talking to these people. They've already been deported multiple times.
Yeah, but do you really think, looking at this, that like what's the percentage? And this is what I'm trying to ask you, of people in America who think it's a good idea that these dudes should get to the American border and we should just go, oh, by the way, come on.
Come on in. We just, they're such a children. It's like,
you listen to this, they want you to think it's a lot of us that think so.
Just walk around anywhere.
I don't think it's a lot of us that really think so. I think there are people out there who think, let's just open up everything and let these people just march right in.
Yeah,
I really believe secretly in most people's hearts, they're like, hold on a second, what the hell is that? What does that mean?
Then fix it. But you have to get control of the borders first. You can't fix things before you can. No control of the border, no fix. Period. You can't, people coming in and out of your house stealing your shit. Well, maybe we need to give them some more things. In the meantime, all your shit's going.
Lock the doors first and then worry about everybody else.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, we just have to be nice to everyone. No, we don't have to be nice to everyone in the world. Try doing that in Mexico. Go to Guatemala and be an illegal and get caught. Find out.
Everyone's not being, think about this. So they're coming from Honduras and they're going through other countries to get to America. What are those countries doing? If those countries were opening up themselves to them, right?
Hey, look here you go. You're running Mexico, and somebody knocks here and goes, hey, my name is so and so, and I'll give you $20 million to close your eyes for a little while.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Guess what happens, Hank Strange? Your eyes get closed for a couple days. What happened? I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, but if Mexico was so awesome, why wouldn't they just take care of these people? Why wouldn't they just say, you know what, our brothers and sisters, fellow Latinos and Latinas, jump on into Mexico, settle down.
There ain't no jump on into Mexico. They don't want their ass there. They don't want their own people there.
Yeah, they want to let them come here.
As you know, there are different castes. There's a caste system in Mexico. So the white Mexicans are more than happy to see the lesser Mexicans go away. That's just a fact of life.
It's a complicated situation that people really are not looking at, and basically they're saying, "Hey, come on into America, and just settle down here, or
settle down.
What is the deal?" And by the way, when that becomes what's really interesting to me in this whole thing, so 5,000 dudes are going to show up at the border.
Oh God, here it goes.
Because we're not horrible, we're gonna just go, okay, come on in. Then what? Because
I don't think it's going to happen this time, my friend.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if that happens, what happens? Like, if you just look at the rest. Listen, I was born in South America, so why don't we get everyone from Guyana right now? Like all the Guyanese people. I think there's like 1 million people left.
Not everybody wants to come here, though.
You could walk over there and come all the way there.
Some people have it good in the countries they live in.
What about all the people in Venezuela? What about those?
Well, there's still people in Venezuela that are eating too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but what about everyone in Colombia? What about Panama?
Well, Panama's not probably too bad of a place if you got. Once again, like some people live in Detroit. They have nice houses in Detroit in some neighborhoods.
What's crazy? This place is in Florida. This place is in America that look like a third world country.
Yeah, well, when you take a container down to Miami and the guy says you can't get a wrecker to come in Miami, I'll just call and they'll come. Mm-hmm. Where am I, in a third world country? I mean, if I call for a wrecker here and I got to pay money, the wrecker will show up.
They don't have enough records. I don't know what the hell.
I know. Believe it, you, as Grandpa Keller used to say. No, you're like in a third world. My son's son. Well, you're dealing with third world people, so you live in a third world country. Mm-hmm. I think they were. They were of Latin descent, the ones he was dealing with. But anyways, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So the Tyven show says the $1.6 billion lottery was big news. Maybe that guy will give up some money to these folks.
Nobody won that yet.
Did someone win or no?
No, it's next weekend.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was. Is it tomorrow or something?
I heard tomorrow.
I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, I gotta get a couple. I don't usually buy, but I gotta get a couple.
Oh, 1.6 billion is gonna make you guys buy.
I ain't giving nobody if I win that money. Maybe besides you, Hank. Or maybe
you have to give me. I call dibs permanently on you. I call dibs ad infinitum and forever from now on.
When I get the 1,000 acre spread and we have the motocross tank track inside, then and all the shops to keep everything, then we'll have.
So who's buying tickets? Who's buying tickets?
I feel like I should, just because.
I got to get a couple.
I got a brother in Jacksonville. I had him hook me up.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
No.
What happens when he goes on a huge extended vacation and is like, no, nobody won. You didn't win. Your tickets didn't win.
That's what I said. You're just gonna take the winning ticket and tell me mine didn't win.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you will see the Tim. You will see Tim's caravan heading to Jacksonville. It will be on the news.
The caravan.
So I think. If you guys want to get into this, that would equal out to, if you take it as a yearly income, $33 million a year, basically for the rest of your life.
Okay. What's the payout if you just take the payout?
$905 million cash.
I can't live on that.
I'd like to try at least.
Oh my God, my friend, it would be so fun.
I think I could spend $33 million a year.
A year?
I could do it.
Well, it all depends. Yeah.
Get bored.
Listen, babyface, you don't really know me.
From my personal spaceship, I'll be spending my $33 million.
Yeah,
33 million. That'd be nice. Having that trouble or having that worry would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I going to do with all my money?
Yep.
Let's see. They see that Italian tank? I want one. You see that Russian tank? I want one.
I'll buy it. Yep.
You see that? I'll take 2 of those, by the way.
You're going to need an army of all the people. You know what kind of you would have miraculously sexually harassed everybody on this planet when you win that 33 million.
You're right. That's why you gotta put a mask on when you go pick it up.
And here I was just thinking about going on a hunting trip to Alaska is all.
You just buy a piece of Alaska.
Right.
That's right. Buy Alaska, part of it.
Hey, I want that mountain over there. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
The best advice you're gonna probably want to act. You probably do want to be anonymous. You want to act like you didn't win.
Immediately cancel all your cell numbers, all your email addresses, everything.
Yeah. Even if you have a nice car, go buy a bummy wrecked. The worst car you could possibly get.
Yeah,
what's the worst car? What's the worst car anyone could drive?
First year of the Hyundai.
Did we both say Yugo?
Damn.
Oh, that's good.
Was it a Hyundai Excel?
Excel, yeah. My dad actually had one of those Hyundai Excels. They're terrible.
It was a step up from the Yugo, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take
probably.
God, that thing was awful.
Yeah, my father had like a 1985 Hyundai Excel. I remember.
Hey, that thing got 2836.
Oh, that
City
Excel?
highway, not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they got their foothold in America.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I think
those cars like $49.95 or something like that.
No,
when they first
I think it was like 25, maybe 3,000, something like that. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't. It's in that zone, somewhere between 25 and 4,000. It was not expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a brand new car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
you see them on the road still, don't you?
Hyundai Excels. I haven't seen one in a long time.
You haven't seen one of those in years.
No, I could tell you something.
They were disposable.
Well, okay, you guys are gonna say my dad actually has a master's degree in engineering from Brunel in London, which is the best engineering university on the face of the planet.
What's he driving?
He has a master's degree in metallurgical engineering. So he bought that Hyundai Excel, and I think it was one of the first things that had an aluminum engine, right?
Okay.
So he believed that because it was aluminum, he didn't have to do oil change.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Nothing against your dad, but
I know what you're gonna say.
Education doesn't get common sense.
Yeah, those engineer dudes don't understand. They have no. It's like in Guyana, they say book sense and common sense are two completely different things.
Yeah, well,
so,
that's what I just said, my friend.
Yeah,
just because you're smart doesn't mean you're.
Yeah. So there you go. I think he pretty much ran that thing into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could be driving around out there. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen one of those in years.
I'm trying to. How long did it take before it was no good?
Yeah.
I think he did that for like 2-3 years or something like that, with no oil changes or something like that. Yeah. Then he had some kind of big bill on it, and he was mad. It might have been longer than that. Might have been.
Just keep adding oil. Just keep adding oil.
Yeah. So it
ain't a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower. You just can't keep adding oil.
You're not supposed to be burning the oil. It's supposed to stay in the engine.
Yeah. But, I wish I remember exactly how long he got away with that nonsense. Because for $2,500 and you don't have to change your oil, if you get away with that for like, I don't know, 2-3 years, you're good. Right? You just buy that car, drive it.
Add up that cost of ownership, I guess.
Yeah. I think there's people out there like that buy cars like that, run them into the ground.
Oh, yeah, never change oil. Just Oh,
only change the spark plugs you can easily reach.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you can get the first time we changed the spark plugs in my Suburban was 100,000 miles. So I mean,
yeah, that's what GM recommends, right?
Well, actually, I don't know if it's recommended, but it actually ran the same as it did before I changed the plug. So I mean, after I changed the plug, so
Well, a lot of things there's longer limits on everything now. Like a lot of places, your oil change is 10,000 miles.
Yeah,
I still can't do that.
Depends on your oil.
You can't. So okay, you're the expert on this, Tim. So what's the average year Jeep that you got? Because you got there's a huge, massive window with the Jeeps, right? So what years is your average customer dealing with the Jeeps nowadays? Are we getting like 80s, 90s, people in the 70s?
We have such a broad reach. We ship internationally every day. So we honestly see everything every day, from World War II era flat fenders to JKs and JLs the JL's one that just came out this year.
Brand new.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's say let's just pick a decade. Let's say in the 70s, how often did you have to change your oil?
3,000 miles.
You should every 3,000.
Yeah. So
I have a brand new Buick, 2015 Buick, and I run full synthetic in it, and I still change it at 3,000 religiously.
With synthetic?
Yeah, you should be able to go 10 with synthetic, I guess.
Yeah, they claim you can go a lot longer. I just have a hard time.
You have a hard time doing
it.
It
goes against everything I've ever learned.
Yeah, exactly.
Programmed.
It's just habit.
But you know what? I have never, ever in my life had an engine failure related to oil.
Yep.
So here's the thing, though. When you're changing the oil, do you see anything in there? How does it look? Do you look at it? Is it clean?
Oh, I always inspect it. Yeah. In fact, there are companies out there that you can buy a little kit and
send it off
oil to. Yeah, right. And they inspect it, and they can tell how much wear is on the engine by what's contained in the oil, because the bearings have different layers, for example.
Yeah.
They can tell you about where you're at in the wear cycle.
Okay. So how is it looking on that Buick that you're doing, like,
perfectly clean?
Yeah. So you could probably stretch. Would you be willing to stretch it to like 5,000?
Yeah, I would do that, especially if it was mostly highway driving. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
I honestly wouldn't even worry about it at that point. That's actually, I think, the manufacturer's recommended interval on this.
Yeah.
That's my Mustang recommended is every 5,000.
Yeah. 5,000. Okay. Yeah.
I'm at 4,100 miles right now, so getting close.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it just depends on who it is doing it. I know like Audis are every 10,000, but I don't really think that people really need to do the 3,000-4,000 mile thing that everyone's doing.
Depends on the type of oil you're running too. If you're just running regular motor oil, not synthetic.
Yeah. And there's different grades in synthetics too,
Right.
Yeah.
Different quality of it.
Yeah. Clover Tax says he goes with 10K with synthetic, and his truck is about to turn 250K.
Holy crap.
And he says he had the heads off last year, as clean as could be.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
I've got just under 230,000 on mine, and that oil is just clean as can be when I change it.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I think that's kind of probably the oil change industry, programming us that we're changing it like that. We don't really need to do it.
Well, newer vehicles have their engines are designed a lot better, quite frankly. The breathing system in them, in the old days, you remember hearing about PCV valves, positive crankcase ventilation. If you had people that didn't change that, and there was little ports in there that would clog up real easy, and your oil would get really dark fast. And the engines have a much better system these days, and they stay clean a lot longer.
Yeah, you in the old days, you hardly ever got 100,000 miles out of a normal engine. It was looking tired at 100 grand.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of things that were different, right? Like the engine itself was made differently.
Quality of oil.
Materials, yeah.
The Suburban engine, which is a L85, what is a real common Chevrolet engine? It's a 2008.
Is it a 6-liter?
V8.
Yeah. If it's a 6-liter, or LC9 maybe.
Yeah, they're designed to run at 210 degrees, and back in the old days, 210 degrees, you were overheating.
You were baking it.
Yeah. So they're different engines than the old ones. Yeah.
Correct. They're designed to go 300,000 miles, and I buy used engines all the time that have close to 300,000 and still run great all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Archangel says 15K on Castol GTX oil.
Castol.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a lot.
Yeah. I think the technologies have really, everything's really changed. I don't know. It's probably the same thing with fuel, except if they tell you specifically, you need to put like high test in there and maybe, but I think the fuel's the same thing, right?
Oh, fuel is crap. Fuel is awful now.
Huh?
I'm not a fan of ethanol. I'm not a corn farmer.
Yeah, fuel is awful.
Well, you can't get away from the ethanol now. It's not easy.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple of places that you can get it completely
just
like ethanol free.
Like all the marine gas or whatever, yeah.
There's a string, a chain, I should say, of convenience stores and gas stations out here in what we call the Intermountain area, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, that a lot of their new stores going in do have ethanol-free fuel, thank heaven.
Yeah. Lola wants to know, like, why, what's the difference between the highway driving miles and the not? And let me see, I got some other questions coming in here too. So what makes the highway miles easier than the regular stop and go or city traffic miles?
Highway driving is a lot easier on your vehicle. The loads aren't the same. The load is a lot lighter, unless of course it's a truck that's pulling a trailer or something that's really working. But when a car is just cruising down the road, or a truck and no load and not stop and go driving, it's really smooth and easy, and there's not that the demands on the engine aren't there. Stop and go driving and towing are the two worst situations for driving. Puts a lot more strain on the engine.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of stuff coming in on this. Actually, Tyven asked me this earlier. It says, please ask Tim, for everyday driving, is all-wheel drive better than adjustable 2 to 4-wheel drive? And which seems to be better for repair costs, cheaper on wear or tearing costs? Do you have that issue with the Jeeps?
No, because most of the Jeeps anyways have a disconnect so that they're not always in 4-wheel drive. They have different systems, but there's no reason to have all-wheel drive in any vehicle except for inclement weather or track driving, needing additional traction. But even ABS, anti-lock brakes, don't do you any good unless you've got inclement weather. And even insurance companies have said that having ABS systems hasn't shown a marked improvement in the reduction of accidents anyway. So all-wheel drive really doesn't do any good until you get into bad weather situations and things like that.
Okay.
And it's more wear and tear. And think of this: if you've got an all-wheel drive vehicle and you have one tire gets ruined, do you know what you got to do? You pretty much got to replace all 4 tires unless it's a brand new tire. Because once those tires get to different heights, because the tires are worn down,
different diameters,
you can't mix and match. You can't do it. It puts a real strain on that all-wheel drive system.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an all-wheel drive. I actually enjoy it. I think it's pretty awesome. But I drive like I'm on a racetrack.
Right.
I like the ability. I could tell the difference. So for me personally, there's a difference.
In a high-performance car, it makes sense. But in your everyday driving, you don't.
Or driving straight down the highway.
Very low horsepower. You couldn't tell the difference unless you got into a slick situation, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So with Jeeps, I mean, typically what you're dealing with, it's not an issue there. It's not an issue there because those are like when you need it, you put it in there if you're off-road or whatever's going on.
Yeah, right. And we deal with every year and model of Jeep around for the most part, except for some of these funky new ones, that nobody wants to build. But there's a whole variety of 4-wheel drive systems in those, from hardcore to more of a passenger car style all-wheel drive. And we deal with pretty much all of them, quite frankly. And you're in 2-wheel drive most of the time. You're not using 4-wheel drive till you get off road. And we deal with guys that are just restoring old Jeeps to drive around in and enjoy them almost like an antique car, to guys that are doing hardcore rock crawling and need the heaviest duty of everything. And it's an entirely different world the way you build that vehicle.
Yeah, depends on what you're going to do with it. I'm sure people out there want to know, like, what's the best project? Because I know Jeeps are still relatively expensive. You can't just go out there and buy a Jeep for like $2,500.
Yeah, that's correct. The 97 to 2004, what they call TJs and LJs, when they went back to the round headlights after that rectangle, those years. I watched those just in the last year. They used to be a pretty good little project that you could buy and fix up a little bit and flip it for a bunch more money. And now they're going for double what they were just a year ago. So the days of buying a clean one for a decent price seem to be gone.
Yeah, it's tough. Walter, you seem like you have a question or a comment here.
No, I'm just listening.
Yeah, I know you've got a project that you're doing, but that's like a real old one that you're going to do.
Well, I haven't started a Jeep thing yet because I got to get my finances straightened out here. But
okay,
I want to. I'm gonna do a flat fender. So
okay.
But once I get my money back,
yeah,
I gotta be cool for right now. So
okay. So someone asked me, okay, Rod Mills wants to know what is the best vehicle to have in a SHTF or shit hit the fan situation.
Well, that all depends on what you want to do.
It depends on what that situation is, right?
Yeah, if you're in a city situation, you in the country, you have to drive over something to get out of the city. You have to haul a lot of stuff for people.
So okay. So I know you're right. There's going to be, because people in like, it's so different, all the different places people are in. What's the overall best one? I'm going to think the lighter, the better. I think that 4-wheel drive as an option is good because you're going to probably not be able to use roads no matter where you're at.
I'm with SoCal Gunner, deuce and a half. Deuce and a half with the engine that takes that flex, like you can put any kind of fuel in it, kerosene, diesel,
multi-fuel is cool, but it's not a high-speed vehicle.
No. We're not going to be doing high-speed chasing. This is going to be running zombies over.
Yeah, they are cool. You burn vegetable oil. You can burn a mixture of things, but
yeah. But okay, so to have one of those, what do those cost, Tim, Walter? What are we looking at on those?
10, 15?
That's a military truck, so you could probably start it at 5 and go up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
but it's not comfortable. Trust me. There's no in a deuce and a half. There's no power steering for you guys that can't turn a steering wheel. Yeah, and you're sitting on the wheel like
your fiance is not going to be driving.
There ain't no snuggles. There ain't no.
He's not driving
up. It's loud.
The exhaust is
okay, but can't you change that? You can change that. Come on.
Well, you can change anything.
Yeah, you can upgrade it if you.
So really why not just get something? Why not just buy like my truck, the 1078, with a Caterpillar and an Allison transmission, automatic power steering? Woo! Yeah. You could do it like this if you want to. Yeah. But that's just me. Hey.
Okay, so Babyface said the deuce and a half. Walter, what are you thinking? What would you get for like
I want something
universal situation?
I'm not worried about the diesel thing and all that stuff. I would try to get something as new as I can with 4x4 and like a 3/4 ton or something, and maybe a extended cab so you got room for stuff.
Okay,
a good winch on the front, like that. Good tires, good winch, and it doesn't have to be super pretty. It's just got to be functional.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tim, what would you do?
Once again, it's kind of situational, but I've got a 2500 HT Chevy with that 500-inch gas burner, and that's an awesome truck. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
But then again, I can tow my Jeep, and I've got are you guys familiar with the old 67 to 71 Jeepster Commandos?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Full body lines. They're having a resurgent popularity, unfortunately, right now. But I've got one. It was for 15 years in a field, and I pulled it out, got it running, and all I did was rebuild the carburetor, put a new gas tank in it, and change the oil. And I just drove it about 700 miles from the top of Utah out in the West Desert.
The brakes were cool.
Well, they're okay. The first day I could hear something clinking around in one of the rear drums. And so we got down to a town where we were staying that night, and I pulled the wheel off and just pulled all the pieces out that fell apart and disconnected that brake.
Disconnected that one. Yeah.
I'm running on 3 and it works.
Yeah, it works. Just don't get too close to anybody.
Exactly. Yeah. So give me a year or two, and it'll be a whole different vehicle. I'm going to put it on one of those newer JK, the 4-door JK Jeeps. I got a chassis lined up. I'm going to get one of those in the next week. I'm going to put it on that, and I've got, the Ford Super Duties 2006 and up. I just bought a set of axles from that.
Ooh.
And I've got all kind of goodies. I'm going to make it it's going to be pretty cool when I get done. So that's my ultimate right there.
Cool.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say that again.
I said when it hits the fan, that's where I'm going to be.
Okay, so that's going to be your choice. You know what? I think when I hear this question of the most universal thing, I think of the same thing I do with guns. Like, we'd like to think there's all these different guns or whatever, but I think 22s.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, the 22s are lightweight. You could carry a bunch of them. You can use that 22 to defend yourself if you had to.
So what's the 22 of cars, though, of vehicles?
I would say a Suzuki Sidekick.
Oh no!
That's gonna be lightweight.
Oh no! Where are you gonna get parts when it breaks?
I don't know.
You ain't.
Actually, okay. You know what? Seriously, dirt bike.
Well, if you got a nice truck, you can have a dirt bike hanging on the back or in the back. So yeah, there you go.
You have to think about how many people you have to you have to save in a. That's the thing you have to think about. Is it just you? Are you only saving your own ass in a situation like that?
You're always gonna have,
yeah. How many people are you saving?
Well, that's why I said. And if you're driving that deuce and a half and an ejector pump takes a crap on you, you might as well just rub it off the edge of the road and start walking because you're done. So
yeah.
You're not going to find one of those at the Napa you break into to steal one. They ain't going to have one. So
yeah, I think you want to go with something lightweight. Obviously, you want it to work, but lightweight, small, so that you can get out of situations and go. If you have to, you can go into the woods and move around and do all that kind of thing if you need to. But
Jeep type
efficient.
Yeah.
If an EMP is involved, you're going to want something early 1970s.
You want an old flat fender Jeep, yeah.
There you go. That's the one that will get the job done.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
That's always a possibility, because you got all that fancy electronics and guidance systems. It's all going to go black. Boop, done.
Yep.
Yeah. So Gorillas and Guns says an Isuzu Via-Cross, which I don't know if you guys know what an Isuzu Via-Cross is, but I had one of those.
Yeah.
I think Walter,
I saw yours before you got rid of it.
Yeah.
When you came to the shop, you were in the Via-Cross.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That was actually pretty cool. That was a cool.
They're interesting. Yes, a very kind of.
Isuzu makes some good 4x4s. What's the matter with you?
Oh, that's
actually pretty cool. Said no one ever.
The Isuzu Via-Cross is cool, babyface.
Oh God, no!
Look it up.
I'm looking at it.
You're in Europe.
It's pretty cool. That was a pretty cool vehicle. What else? Isuzu made good stuff.
Yeah, the Chevy Love trucks that they sold that were Isuzus, those things are run.
Yeah. SoCal Gunner says a VW Baja Bug.
No.
Kind of cool.
Well, I mean, a Baja Bug. Yeah.
They're fun to drive. I don't think I'd worry about it in the apocalypse.
A sand rail is probably not a bad idea.
Until it rains or it's 32 out.
Yeah.
Well, that depends where you are.
Well, how are you going to be able? You might have to. You might have to bug out in the direction you're not used to. So.
Yeah. True.
Or it starts snowing. It's like, holy, no way.
Yeah.
You ever driven in a Jeep on the highway when it's freezing?
I have.
Yeah, I have.
You know what? I got to tell you, one of the ultimate vehicles to get away in any weather is a Suburban. You may laugh, but I've had a number of them over the years. When you lift them, big tires, traction devices like lockers in the axles, it's a go anywhere vehicle. And I've slept in them for a week when it was a blizzard outside and was elk hunting.
I don't have a 4x4, but my Suburban is a hauler. So
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Actually, next time around, I'd like to get a 3/4 ton 4x4. So
yeah. I've heard the Suburban's a good way to go, and I think you can get those cheap too, right?
Well, used one. You can get them.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the new ones. Yeah. Yeah, you can get the older.
Yeah, you can get them.
What's the one that was used a lot as a police vehicle? Was that a Suburban or a?
Tahoes were.
Tahoe. Yeah, Tahoe.
Yeah.
One place to look for people that might be looking for a Suburban is, I don't know if you guys ever go on the GSA website and look at the stuff that the government's selling. A lot of times they'll have the older vehicles, like the older Suburbans, and they don't have high mileage a lot of times.
Oh wow!
Depending on what agency they came from.
Yeah, the GSA is what, like government surplus?
General Services Administration.
General Services. Okay.
So they sell everything that government agencies use goes back to the GSA. Stuff that's given to fire departments from the government comes back to the GSA. The Forestry Service, all those type vehicles. Sometimes you'll find them. I mean, you get a Forestry Service vehicle and it's like this light colored green, but a lot of times they're not. They usually take care of the stuff pretty decently. So because they like fleet maintenance. So not too bad.
That's not really too bad. That's not too bad. Can't hate on that. Okay, I'm gonna throw up some links up here real quick for you guys because we got to talk about Gun Prime. So I'm gonna throw these links.
What's the deal, man?
I'm throwing it up in our chat, and then I'm gonna throw it up for the folks here to check out these. Let me put deals.
Oh, and I got some gun news too, by the way.
So I'm going to put those in here. We can go over that really, really, really quick.
Leopold, 319.
Yeah.
Unlimited eye relief. Boom.
All right. So there's 2 of these that I want to look at from Gun Prime that are on Gun Prime right now. Let's look at the Leopold. I don't know. What did you call it? Leopold? Is it Leopold or Leopold?
It's Leopold, I think. Or Leopold. Leopold, okay. Leopold. You ever seen the Bugs Bunny when they did a thing with Leopold?
Yeah. So that's the Leopold 119688 Delta Point Pro 1x. Unlimited eye relief, 2.5 MOA. That's in black. So that like $319. That's pretty,
Wow.
I don't think you can find a better price than that one out there.
I'm wowing the Tavor there.
Yeah, and then the other one, yes, the other one that I put up in the link that's on there, Tavor. This is a pretty good price on a Tavor,
yeah,
right,
Walter?
Walter?
Like it. That seems like it. Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, Tavor in FDE.
Oh,
This is a 9mm one.
Still.
$1,000. You can get a kit and you can go 223 or whatever.
Yeah, you can convert it.
They're not cheap, no matter what caliber they're in. So
I think that's the best I've ever seen on the board. That's a really good deal.
Yeah. So there you go.
Must be closing them out or something.
Yeah.
Well, I know that there was news that they're not making these anymore, right?
Oh.
Are they going to stop making these?
I don't know.
I think I remember we were talking about this. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or something. That because I think they're going to go over to the X95s IWI, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know, Tim. Have you? I know you've got handguns. You got rifles as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mostly big game stuff.
Big game. Okay, cool.
What I just saw. Speaking of big game rifles, I saw, and I can't remember where it was, and I apologize, where they'd shot a Winchester, was a Model 70 or whatever, the Winchester bolt action rifle, out to like 70,000 rounds, and it came apart. The barrel came apart. I guess it was just shot out, and it finally just failed.
Wow.
But Winchester, which Winchester?
Like a Model 70 bolt action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they put 70,000 rounds.
Yeah, 70,000 rounds. Nobody ever does that. That's humanly impossible in a bolt.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But
it's a lot of zombies.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty good. But yeah, I guess it got to the point where the barrel just failed. It was
but at what point was that barrel? Did that barrel have no rifling?
I don't know.
Probably long before that 70,000.
Yeah, probably 7 or 10,000. It had no rifling. Somewhere.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's nothing to worry about for your Model 70 Winchester.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So what kind of big game hunting do you do, Tim?
Deer and elk. We've got a lot of deer and elk. Good deer and elk property here in Utah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Good time with the family. Good time to take the kids out and teach them all about the outdoors and gun safety. Good time.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle do you usually drive up there? It's just whatever you have, or do you have a specific?
For years and years, it was Blazers and Suburbans because I had kids and my dad, brothers, and so we all had vehicles. We could fit a few of us in. But we spent 20 some odd years hunting this one area that it was really inaccessible to your average Joe when it was wet weather. And so we built our trucks so that we were the only ones that could go down in there, and it was like private property. We always had success.
Oh, cool.
But it was a nasty country to get in and out of, man. It was some wet country.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I think. See, I usually think of Utah being kind of dry, but I guess there are wet spaces, yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Utah. Down south, we're a desert everywhere, but in the southern part of the state, it's all that red rock. You see Moab and, that kind of scenery. But up north, we've got huge mountains, pine-covered mountains. He saw some of that. He drove through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was so beautiful, man. Utah was amazing.
Yeah.
I saw like a wall of trees or a mountain of trees. It was like, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
This road that we were coming in, and then I guess they were fir trees, Tim. These things were just so massive. It looked like a mountain. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that's good country. That's 20 minutes from our house,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Sam from Huge Tube, he took me somewhere up in the mountain. I think we were like 10, 11,000 miles or feet, excuse me, in the mountains.
Almost to space.
We would be in space. Yeah. But wherever it was, there were like lakes up in the mountains and all that kind of stuff. I forgot exactly where it was that we went to now, but there were these beautiful lakes up there, and there were people. I was like, how the hell is there a lake up in this mountain? But
we saw some on our last trip out west last summer. Yeah, it was pretty cool. They were some places still in June still had ice on the lake. So
yeah. I've been in Wyoming and places in July that just barely started thawing enough that we could fish. But you have to backpack in there quite a ways.
Yeah.
That's how we get our water here. It's hard for people in areas to understand where they get a lot of water all year long. If we don't capture the melting snow in the spring, we don't have water for summer.
Or if you don't have serious snowfall in the winter, you don't have water.
Yeah, that's how last year was. We didn't have much snow, and there's a couple cities in Utah I heard ran out of water for irrigation this year, dry.
Wow. Also, people in Utah do a lot of freaking backpacking. They just randomly drive places and go, I'm going to go backpacking up into the mountain. Because
it's a mecca. It's an outdoor mecca.
I know. Sam was trying to, he was like, yeah, we could just pull over here and go backpacking. I was like, I don't think so. I didn't wear my backpacking shoes. I was like, I guess you guys just randomly go walking around in the mountains, huh?
A lot of people do. I like to drive these days. I'm getting older.
Yeah, it was weird. Okay, Chris sent me I don't know if you guys can see this. He says this is his daily driver. He can fit 50 people into there. When we have to do a caravan into Mexico.
Oh God, no.
Doesn't that make him a coyote?
Yeah, when we all have to caravan into Mexico, that's his daily driver. And someone asked me, okay, hold on. Let me see. Someone okay. So Lawrence wants to know, Tim, can you fit a Hellcat in a Jeep Unlimited? And
an engine, Hellcat engine. Oh yeah,
Hellcat engine. Yeah. And what axles best used to run 44s?
Yeah, it's been done. We specialize in the GM powertrains, what we call the LS and now the LT engines.
Yeah, the LS. Yeah.
There are those that have done that, and it makes a hell of a ride.
Yeah. If you guys want to see, I did a video with Tim out at Novak Conversions in Utah. So it's on the Convoy. So if you look at my videos on the Convoy video, I think it's Novak Conversions is in the title.
I just thought of something. Like I said, I want to build a flat fender Jeep, and then I always want to use a flat 4-cylinder engine. But I'm wondering how heavy the LS is compared to an old cast iron flat 4. They got to be similar weight. An all aluminum LS engine.
Yeah, quite frankly, there's about I think we estimated 80 pounds difference. For example, the old 258s that came in the CJ7s in the 70s.
Right, straight six.
Yeah. And then like a 5.3 liter, we had one employee that did a swap in his. And cast iron block on the LS engine, but aluminum heads and a plastic intake, and it was 80 pounds lighter.
Oh, wow.
And 150 more horsepower and 10 more miles a gallon.
That's what comes in my Suburban, just a basic LS. Yeah.
It's such a good motor.
And that's like pushing like 300 horsepower with not doing anything special.
Correct.
I think. Yeah.
What's the new, what is it? What's the new Jeep? How many horsepower is in the new one?
The JL, there's a couple different, they finally have allowed or put in a couple different options for those. The standard 3.6 liter that's been offered since 2012 is rated right around 300 horse. But the honest to goodness truth is when you put real big tires on there, it doesn't turn them quite so well. It doesn't have the staying power a V8 does. But they've also got a 4-cylinder turbo that's come out, and everybody that's driven that, now I have not driven that as of yet, but a few of my friends have and said it actually feels pretty stout. It's a turbo 4-cylinder, like I say, but once again, that's with small tires on it, and you're not turning quite as much mass. And then this next year, they're coming out with, I believe it's a V6, but a turbo diesel for those that should.
A diesel. Okay. So are they still doing the diesel, or are they giving up on that? Because I know a lot of these companies are walking away from the diesel stuff.
No, actually, diesels are gaining a lot of momentum in certain companies, and Jeep hasn't offered one yet in these. They have in their Grand Cherokees for the last few years, and I think it's worked out pretty good for them, but they're offering it in 2019 now. That should be a good little motor.
I think, Hank, you're more in the car part of it with the diesels going away, because in the truck thing, it's very popular.
Yeah.
No, I think that would be cool with a Jeep to be diesel.
I know guys have got that in that Grand Cherokee, the newer edition, and they've got over 30 miles a gallon of it, and they tow a boat with it too, and says it does remarkably well.
Mm-hmm.
Not a large boat, mind you, but
yeah.
Right.
Well, I know everyone wants to go all electric, but like one of the things I saw, for example, Audi's coming out with the e-tron, I think, at the end of this year, or they were supposed to. I think they just delayed it because there's some software issues.
Because I said no, that's why.
Plus, there's like battery issues because the company that's making the batteries for them decided to like up the price of the batteries by.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The more demand you have, well, let's just raise the price, make more money.
Yeah, I don't think one of the things is I think they can't just drop in. Everyone's like, oh, 5 years, we're going to have all electric stuff. Even they want to, go electric with the Jeep, which is not a terrible thing, but,
Yeah, I'll let that technology develop a little longer.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
And also, like, I wouldn't like to see the Jeep, for example, be all electric. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe like a hybrid electric type of deal going on might help. Because you get torque from the electric motors. It's just that, when you're out there, how do you bring along like electricity with you? Do you have like electric jerry cans, or how do you do that?
Well,
that's not a thing.
Electric jerry can.
Bring some extra batteries.
That sounds like a band. Electric jerry can.
Yeah, you might want to go trademark that one.
Yeah.
You have to have some solar panels or something like. I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Well, if they can ever develop that so you can get more longevity out of them between charges, I think it could be a cool thing. I just think it's still in the developing stages. For a hunting vehicle, I would love to have a completely silent vehicle except for the sound of the tires on the ground. I could get around a lot quieter.
What distance do you think, what range do you think would be more attractive to you?
Man, that once again is a situation.
I mean, they're already at 200 miles with a lot of electric cars now.
It depends on the terrain, what mileage you're going to get. I mean,
yeah. That's the thing. When it's under load, it's going to use more electricity, right?
Yep. And create more heat and all those variables that.
These week-long hunts we've done, if we're gone for a week, it's potentially a couple hundred miles to your hunting area at least, if not more, maybe 300 to 400, and in-state for us. It's long distance there, but then you've got all around the mountains every day, perhaps at morning and midday. And
so, do you see any of those electric charging stations along the way?
Not the one.
Yeah, maybe the elk will run those. Yes.
You have to go back at camp at lunch and get on your treadmill that generates.
Maybe you could just pull over at any electrical pole and just
steal some power. You look like
that's going to be a lot of fun.
That would be like a diesel electric kind of thing where you have it's a hybrid.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. By the way, thanks to everyone who did go and subscribe to Stranger Palooza. I appreciate that. And for everyone that watches my channel, if you want to look for the car stuff, I'm shifting all the car stuff over to Stranger Palooza. So I see that there are some people who went and subscribed over there. And that's where, so when I go out to SEMA show this year, which is actually coming up in about 2 weeks, I think less.
I think it's less than that.
Yeah, it's less than that. Yeah. Yeah, because this week we're only doing today's show and then we're doing tomorrow's show. Then I'm going to take the week off. At the end of the week, I'm going, I think, to Texas to do some stuff with Barnauls. And then Lola's going to come back here, but I'm going to fly out to Vegas and do the SEMA show. And I'm going to put all the videos up there. I'm just trying to separate it for the gun guys who apparently hate cars and don't want to see any car stuff on a gun channel.
That's not true. It's just hard. It's hard to bring one of my trucks in this room. You got to understand that. Come on.
Yeah. I'm not talking about you, Walter. Huh?
Get those guys at Barnauls while you're there to take you for a ride in that JK.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's going to be there this year. I was asking them if it's going to be at SEMA, and they said it's not going to be there this year.
Oh, so, I thought you were going to Barnauls. My mistake.
No. I'm doing something in Texas. I think Barnauls is going to be in Texas. I'm doing something there with them for the weekend, and then I'm going to SEMA show. So all the stuff for SEMA show I'll put up on Stranger Palooza for everyone who's interested in that. So what kind of stuff do you guys want to see out there? What are you looking forward to, Tim? Walter's not going with me this year. He's making me go by myself.
See if there's more Humvee stuff. See if there's more Humvee stuff.
More Humvees. Okay.
Humvees are the I would say the Jeep of the future. So as far as surplus stuff goes, because there's no more surplus Jeeps. So
yeah, what does it cost to get a Humvee? What's it like? What can we
probably
buy?
The lowest you probably get $5-6 grand.
5-6 grand. Okay.
Then, depending on what it's got, it goes up.
Yeah.
But they're not too bad.
Yeah. I think we should all chip in and get a Humvee, like a community Humvee.
I already have a Humvee.
Yeah, but you don't want to change anything on yours. I want to put some rhino lining up on it.
I know you're going to rhino line everything.
Yeah, Walter wants his to be original.
Well, no, I need another one to do all that stuff with.
Oh, okay. All right, we got to get another one. Okay.
Yeah, I want one just straight up military, and then we can do another one and do all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what stuff? Babyface, what do you look at? What would you be interested in over at SEMA? Mustangs?
I have no idea.
No.
Gotta go. Hey, we got to go into the Ford booth there and get some Mustang swag for him.
There you go. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that, Walter. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how the lines are over there.
No, yeah, the Ford takes up the biggest. They have the biggest spot at the show.
Yeah.
Pick me up a Ford GT if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. How about a 1969?
Oh, right.
Fastback, by the way.
You could build those from scratch if you want to. You can get all the parts and build.
That's
those
not
from
a
scratch.
real thing.
That would
It is a real thing.
That's not a real car.
It's licensed. Yeah. It
Didn't come from the Ford factory.
What?
I tell you what, man. I built that all-wheel drive one. Like, what's his face? Does his
the Hoonigan guy?
Yeah,
his all-wheel drive. Yeah, that thing is
driving that on the street, man.
800 and something horsepower all-wheel drive.
Yes, that's what you need. When you have a lot of horsepower, that's what you need.
With a minigun that comes out the top. For these people driving in the fast lane slow.
For Death Race 2019.
Did you ever see Death Race 2000?
Yeah. There's a bunch of Death Race movies.
The original one with David Carradine. I saw that when I was a kid, and it was R-rated, and that was a big deal. We snuck in. Yeah. It's a good movie. There's Death Race 2050, I think, is on Netflix right now. There's some other Death Race, just some Death Race movies out there. So, What about you, Tim? What are you looking forward there? Let me guess. Hold on, my psychic powers tell me.
You're pretty good. I want to hit all of the vehicles there, all the Jeep builds there that have our product on them. I need to go touch base with them and see if I can answer any questions for people in their booths. But there's a lot of builds I want to see there. That whole four-wheel drive haul is just going to be a blast. But, my roots, I grew up in Southern California for the first 10 years of my life. At car shows and the hot rod scene, and my first car in Salt Lake City, where I moved to as a teenager, was a '57 Chevy, and I'm a hot rod guy and a drag race guy at heart.
Yeah, you've been to SEMA show before, right?
This is my first year. I've been
wow,
years. But I also need to get to Apex too, because there's so many opportunities to purchase product at a much better price and find other vendors too, that I got to divide my time up accordingly.
Oh, that's the one where it's all stuff.
All manufacturers and suppliers.
Yeah. That is in its own convention. I don't think SEMA show is as big as CES, the electronic show, but it's pretty big. And I think they have their own convention center for the Apex thing, right, Walter?
I think it's the Sands. The Sands.
Yeah,
it's where they do SHOT Show.
Yeah, the Sands.
Yeah. So that whole thing, if anyone who out there ever been to SHOT Show, that whole thing is just parts.
5,000 vendors there.
Yeah. So Walter and I never do that because we would just die.
No, you would die. I wouldn't die. Well, you gotta. I
need this capacitor right now. Yeah.
You're looking for bling, man. We gotta see the bling.
Yeah. You're gonna be. I think if you've never been, Tim, it's gonna blow your mind how many Jeeps you're gonna see out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude.
Yeah, Jeeps are the number one thing. The Jeeps out there are insane.
Yeah. We've got a number of them there that have our product in them for the builds too. So
cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to linking up with you, man. You can learn me something about the Jeeps.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same with SHOT Show on my end.
Yeah. Are you going to be at SHOT Show this next year?
I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to. It's not far away.
Probably could be arranged.
Yeah, you know, Walter can.
I have a booth to the SHOT Show.
I hear Walter has a hookup.
Yes, he is a hookup.
I have the booth. I have the badges. So
yeah,
That's
absolutely. Yeah. What is this vehicle that Babyface put in the
I
chat?
need you to find me one of those out at SEMA, please.
Is that a Yugo?
I don't know what that is.
That looks okay. Tim, can you see the chat?
Real quick.
That's like half of a Yugo or something.
It looks like a Yugo of some
it was
sort.
cut off.
Yeah.
Holy shizzits! Look at that thing.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if
Where's
I
the
can.
motor?
I put it in chat. In main chat.
They put the engine in
You
the
put
back.
it in the chat? Okay. Yeah. I don't like what is the point of using that as a snowmobile? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so for just to describe it, it's some kind of it's like a Yugo with a shovel on it for snow.
They put the engine in the back.
Yeah, for the folks listening to us on audio later. By the way, you know we're close to like 50,000 downloads on the audio podcast.
Are we really?
Yeah. We're like right on the edge of 49.
Oh.
So, you know, in a very short space of time, we're gonna hit 50.
50 grand.
Yeah, 50,000 downloads.
Yugo plow.
There you go. Yeah, is that what it is? It's a Yugo?
I don't know. Somebody just commented that. Armin and Axis says Yugo plow. All one word.
Yeah.
That's different, I have to say.
Is that thing a 4x4? I doubt it somehow.
I think the back wheels are driving because they got chained up. So
yeah. What is that thing, Walter, that you said you want to do? That the something 500?
Gambler 500.
Yeah. Did you ever do that, Tim?
No, I just learned about it this last year. I've got some friends that did it and had an absolute blast.
They're gonna do it in Florida in April.
Oh, very cool.
And it's on the same damn weekend that I do the machine gun shoot on in Kentucky.
Yeah, Walter and I are supposed to do this because that will be fun to get.
I'm so conflicted, because I got to make money because you know how it is, have a business, but yeah, I really love to do the Gambler because it's just fun, just a weekend of fun, you know. So
yeah,
I wanted to build. Actually, I wanted to build a flat fender and take it to Gambler, but yeah. We'll see what happens.
Listen, I've got a Boxer engine.
I hear that.
I got the motor.
The motor. Well, I got the Craigslist. If I got the Craigslist, I can get a car. So
yeah, we just put that, put that Boxer engine in there. We can go. All we need is an all-wheel drive setup, man. We can,
Well, you really just need it. You need something. You need something you can just go out and trash and have fun with. But
yeah, as Tim says, you don't need it if you don't have the appropriate horsepowers.
But that's on the same weekend as a machine gun shoot. Gosh darn it!
So the machine gun shoot is only 1 week now, right? It's only.
Next time around it'll be just Friday and Saturday.
Oh wow! Okay.
But still, it falls on that same weekend.
Yeah.
Some bitch. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
So let's talk about these PKMs. Let's throw this up here.
You want to talk about the stuff?
Yeah, let's do some gun stuff for the people. So
can I do some gun stuff right now?
Ooh, look at those.
Well, you know what this is? This is. Oh, you're looking at the PKMs. You're not even looking.
I'm looking at the stock or the non-stock.
Oh well, this is actually what we're making is for those folks that have the original SIG brace, but they don't like all that rubber and plastic on the back. Mm-hmm. We're making a new set of guide rods and a tail hook adapter, so you can use a tail hook on your with your SIG brace base. So that's brand new from Safety Harbor Firearms. 2 different links, one that's for the MPX and one that works with the MCX and the Rattler. But yeah, they're available right now for those guys that want some options and want to save a little money too. So cause it's like $99 for these rods, but you still get to use your original SIG base. So it's something.
Okay, so just the rods alone, that kit is $99.
Yeah, the rods and the base for the tail hook. Tail hook's extra.
Okay, and that all goes into the original stuff that was there.
It'll go into the original SIG base. Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. So, and that's available now on the Safety Harbor?
Now. Yes, it is.
So go check out Safety Harbor Firearms.
Yep. Buy some stuff. So I have some money. So I go to the Gambler 500.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I have to do that at some point.
I know. I've been waiting so long to do the Gambler, and then they put it on the same damn weekend as a machine gun shoot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We've got a. I'm dying to pimp out a $500 car. Yeah. It's gonna be so awesome. We're gonna rhino line the whole damn thing. We're gonna get that rattle can rhino line. Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can. After I cut the fender wells out and take most of the windows out, and yeah, you can do that if you want.
Yeah, we could rhino line it. Nicholas 7183 says DeSantis for governor of Florida, or we are going to look like California.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I think the poll numbers have really. Just so Tim knows, this guy that's running it's a guy named DeSantis, who's a Republican, and the other guy's named Gillum, and he's a socialist. He's the mayor of Tallahassee, and he's a straight up socialist. No.
Yeah, he says gun control day one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and state taxes and all that stuff. Yep. I don't know about Utah, but we don't have a state tax, which draws a lot of people here.
Yeah,
we have state taxes. They're pretty heavy. Yeah. And they're trying to add 10 cents more per gallon gas tax this year.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Resist. They're trying to do that in Hillsborough County, the next county over from me. They want a transit tax. Oh, no, they're not going to play that game.
These taxes that places make up. Like Gainesville has a freaking, what is it, a bed tax or something like that for the hotels? Yeah, because of the games here. If you stay in a hotel here, there's bed tax.
You pay
extra, ridiculous.
But that's a lot of places. New Orleans is real bad with the taxes and hotels and stuff like that. But anyway, so this Gillum guy, more and more information's come out about him, and his brother's been under investigation with the FBI for some shady deals and stuff like that. So the poll numbers are starting to change a little bit. First, all of a sudden, everybody was like, this socialist was like leading, and I'm like, what the hell are people thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And but now things are kind of, as the TV ads have been coming out and been kind of slamming him pretty hard. It's been.
Yeah, I hope we don't go socialist in Florida, because then I will start my exit plan.
Don't panic.
So no, I'm not panicking. I'm here. I'm fighting every day.
If he was to get elected, just because he gets elected, don't mean he's going to get anything done. So just always remember that.
Don't let him get elected.
Yeah, no. I don't
start by just not letting him get into office.
He wasn't the Democrat that was supposed to win.
No,
the woman who was supposed, the one that the Democrats wanted to win was one of the former governor's daughters, and she got beat by the socialists, and the Democrats were like, "Oh, what happened? What happened? That wasn't supposed to happen." And so, but he's been endorsed by Bernie Sanders and Obama and all these other ones, and the story. So, anyways,
yeah,
the same people that don't want you driving a truck, and the same people that don't want you going out in the woods and going on public lands, and those kind of people.
Yeah. I suggest people in Florida go out and vote. Think about it. Think about who you're voting for.
Think about what you're trying to do to me.
Yeah, it's very, very important. Get out there and vote in Florida.
And vote often, as the Democrats say.
Yeah, and if you're a gun guy and you're not planning on going out there and voting, well, get ready to give up all your guns.
You get what you get. Yeah. Don't pitch a fit.
Because it's going to happen.
They'll go bury them up in the mountains in a 55-gallon drum. Where they give them up.
Yeah. Just make sure you leave trackers on those 55-gallon drums so we can find them.
Send me the GPS thing, please. All right.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about this whole Khashoggi thing? The guy that got murdered in the consulate by the Saudi Arabians, who are now admitting that they murdered him, but they did it accidentally murdered.
Accidentally. I heard today they said it was a fist fight, right?
Yeah, that's what
they accidentally trapped him with a bunch of dudes who accidentally murdered him.
It was a fist fight between one guy and 14 Saudis.
Killers, yeah.
They accidentally, it was him and the hit team.
Yeah, the hit squad accidentally did their job. Wow.
And one of the hit squad guys has already been killed in an auto accident. How
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, yes. He went back to Riyadh and died in an auto accident, which is very suspicious, they said too. So
Of course.
Yeah,
that's what
he might have been responsible for how the story broke. So You know, what do you guys think about this?
I think we stay out of it. Boom.
Stay out of it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same boat. It's not. It's what's it have to do with us? Somebody I read on. Somebody on Facebook was like, "Well, he was an American journalist," and I'm like, "Well, it wasn't an American journalist. He worked for an American company, but he was a Saudi national. He was an American." So I don't know that we need to get into it.
But I think undoubtedly it's a terrible thing, and it could easily be an American journalist. These governments are out there killing people. The Russians are doing it. You know, the Saudis obviously are doing it. Other people are doing it. I don't condone it. I think it's a horrible thing. But, you know, why are they going to get away with it? Why are they going to get away with it? Because people out there believe that we need the Saudi Arabians for something. So they've gotten away with a lot of crap.
They get away with too much.
Yeah, anyone who's mad about it right now, what happened to you when a bunch of Saudi citizens took over planes and flew them into buildings?
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing happened.
You might want to think about that because these Saudi citizens killed thousands of people on American soil.
We went looking for weapons of mass destruction in the wrong country.
Right.
No, we invaded Afghanistan is what we did.
We went for Afghanistan. That's right.
Yeah. And then we decided, well, you know, that's not far off the mark enough.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere else. So I think the thing I think about it is we have to be independent of these countries, and America's capable of doing that. One of the things that's up in the whole election thing right now is the natural resources that we have here in America and whether or not we're going to use them. We need to use our own natural resources.
Even so even if we don't end up using our natural resources, we can push the prices of crude down so low that it would be unprofitable for them. Because that's how the Saudis compete.
Oh, and you know how else you get to when you do that? The Russians.
Oh yeah.
The Russians have to have X amount of per barrel, or they go.
So yeah, I mean, last time we talked about as a country talked about using our own natural gas and oil. The Saudis were like, yeah, we'll just push the price down per barrel to the point where it's not profitable for you. Well, it works for us and it makes it less profitable for them. So why not do it again?
Yeah.
Russians don't like it either.
Yeah, we have to. We need to get away from that particular thing. So I mean,
yeah, no,
that's the way to deal with that. You know, everyone who check that out. Look, Walter
put it together.
I
put it together. I made
Very nice.
I made a little YouTube video and put it up there. I haven't actually looked at it. I don't know what it looks like.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. All right.
I gotta.
You gotta put it on. Yeah, put it on the other social medias.
Yes, I do.
So I can take a look at it.
I was busy over the weekend.
Yeah, so. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you know what we're talking about, Tim. That is a 50 cal replica. It's not the real actual thing.
Hold on, let me get mine and I'll show. Oh, I don't have one.
Baby face.
Walter,
I gave them all away.
Actually,
I should have told Hank to keep one for me.
What's that, Tim?
Didn't you have one on last time I was on that functioned? A replica?
Could have been one of mine that we make.
Those little replicas, they function, don't they?
Well, you could take out the magazine. See, take out the magazine right there, but they don't actually shoot or anything. Scott, the rounds are in there, and you could.
Yeah, Walter, you better watch out. I don't know if gun building is YouTube legal anymore.
Oh dear!
Demonstrating how to build that.
How to assemble a toy? Yeah.
That's right.
So
you won't learn anything from my video. Trust me.
Yeah, nothing that we do is educational.
It's pretty primitive.
So have we thrown up? We need to do some gun stuff here in whatever time we have. I think I threw up this article. U.S. plans to build PKMs and NSDs. Angers Russia. What do you think about that, Walter? This is your special. Go ahead, babyface. I
just think it's funny that Russia's like they have two answers to that. One is, oh, you can't do that legally. You can't do that. And the other one is, oh, our gun is so good. Of course you want to do that. Which
here's my response. Fuck, you lost. Too bad.
Exactly.
But look, the Russians had no problem spreading their guns all over the world for free.
Yeah, exactly.
They got something in return, like sugar or something from some other country. But now we're stealing it. It's like, hello. I believe there's a couple Russian companies that make AR-15s, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, so who gives a crap? As they say, piss up a pole.
Isn't, I mean, as long as we aren't making the AK-12 or AK-14s, which are the brand new ones, I mean, it's way past its point of being copyrighted or trademarked or whatever. Like, it's way beyond that, isn't it?
Yeah, but
it's a little dated. You know?
Yeah.
But what's the law? I thought the law here is if there's more than an 8% difference, you can do whatever you want to do.
I don't. Oh,
so
gosh.
these aren't going to have a difference, I guess.
How many American companies build AKs? A bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know what they're blustering about. I mean, how many? Yeah, like Walter said, there's a ton of companies that are already making AKs. What do they care?
Yeah.
It is definitely not encroaching on their market, because if I could buy a bunch of Russian AKs, I would do it tomorrow, but we can't even get them anymore.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You know, I don't think you're gonna get. I don't think Trump's gonna pay too much attention to it. Probably.
Okay.
Probably doing that piss up a pole thing.
What gun projects do you guys have in the works? Check it out. This is something I have to build something around right here.
Oh, well.
This is a PWS upper right here.
Speaking of gun projects, I received the missing link for the one for the ATI project.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I have all the pieces I need to.
Patrick's throwing up his gun project
to put this together.
Okay.
I was waiting on a couple gas blocks for those.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Do you have any gun projects going on, Tim?
I'm buying Jeep parts right now, so no.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
You're right now getting Jeep parts. Listen, can I trade you this for an engine?
I'm sure we can work something out.
Yes, we gotta make a real deal.
It's like, do you have 10 of those?
You have any spare flat fender Jeeps sitting around out there with no rust?
Yeah,
yeah, right.
I actually have 2 of them sitting up in the rafters.
Oh, really? Oh,
I have to send you a picture.
Are those what's the price of those things?
Every employee here is trying to buy one. Straight, it's the owners, and it's a project for he and his kids.
Oh, okay. All right. What's the? Well, so are those difficult to find? Is that what's going on there?
In really good condition, yeah. Well, if you have money, you can find anything. Right?
Yeah, in Florida, everything's rusty.
Yeah.
So
humidity rusts like crazy.
Yeah, or it was used for a hunting truck with a dog box welded on the back, or something like that. And the frame is like this, it's like. But every once, I see pictures on Facebook and stuff. These people finding these Jeeps all over the country, but you don't see them in Florida. I don't know what.
Find them, any vehicle for that matter, if you want a really clean, rust-free one, in Southern California and Arizona.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be cheap, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, they're not. I've seen some people pick stuff up that's not crazy expensive. If it's in original condition. Or it needs to be redone, but it's not like but I see some of these where the engine's complete and everything's there. It's just old, So yeah, you can get a decent one, couple $3,000, I guess. But what I see, you're not going to get a brand new pristine one for that. But
yeah, yeah, you can get a $2,000-3,000 one that's fairly straight to start with.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a friend here that's got some stuff, but I've just got to get back on my my financial.
I can see Walter's jonesing for this project. Walter's ready.
I need to sell that big. I need to fix that big truck sitting out in the parking lot at my shop and sell that thing for $25,000, and then I'll have some money for a Jeep.
Do you need what is that truck again, Walter?
Mark 48. It's an Oshkosh, like a Himmet.
Yeah. Do you need an Oshkosh Mark 48?
Does anybody need one? We all want one.
Yeah.
I got to drive my first 5-ton last year. That was a blast to drive.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Walter, if you Google Mark 48 truck, you're the first video that comes up, and the second video that comes up.
I know. And that green one ran when that
Yeah. Whose video is that? Walter has a video
Walter's.
of that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let me
46,000 views. Wow.
Yeah.
Walter balling.
It's been up there for a few years.
Backing it up the off the flatbed.
Yep, when he first got it. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, Walter's just got one of these laying around, Tim.
Yeah.
I can get you a good price.
I'll make you a deal on it right now. It doesn't run right now, but I'll make you a deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I got to get that fixed. So, or I would sell it to somebody that wants to fix it themselves, but
that's rolling in style right there.
Yeah, I think you need it. Don't you? Doesn't Novak Conversions need a new corporate vehicle?
Jeep hauler, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
You can haul a lot of Jeeps on there.
Yeah.
You could drag the mountain over to you guys instead of people having to go out to the mountain to take it up into do some off-roading.
The only problem is when you get that sucker stuck, you need something just as big to get it out. So
yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem with those. Yeah.
But
you got to get that up and running, Walter.
I know. I gotta. It's cooling off outside. The weather's changing, so I'm gonna climb up on it and start working.
Now's the time to get that sort of crap done.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm flipping through here to see like stuff that's going on in the news. I don't know if this is fake news or not, but apparently like Cory Booker has a hashtag #MeToo situation going on.
Some guy says he had sex with him or something.
Well, yeah, this dude says he assaulted him in a bathroom.
Oh, geez.
Followed him in
sexually
and
is that a real story? Is that true?
Yeah, no, it's real.
Okay.
Followed him into a bathroom and accosted him on the toilet or something, and asked him for some sexual favors.
He must be guilty, right? Somebody said it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
we have to.
It was said. It's got to be true.
Well, he said you have to believe the accuser, but that was in the case of the accuser being a woman. This accuser is a dude. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go, no, don't believe the dudes.
No. He's not, what's the term that the brothers use when they're hiding?
He's on the down low.
He's on the down low, yeah. I don't know.
Could be. There's a lot of weird stuff going on out there.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Yeah.
But that's fully accepted in the Democratic Party, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't think, like you said, I think he's on the down low with that. If that's
more the merrier, I guess.
If that's legit. I don't know. I don't know whether that's legit or not.
To figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we definitely believe the accuser in that one. We believe the dude. But as a matter of fact, we know 5,000 dudes that we could point over to his bathroom that are coming up in a caravan right now.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Maybe some of these leftists want to have some of these people over for dinner.
Maybe they do.
Put them in the spare room.
Yeah, maybe they could stay with those guys.
Yeah. See how they like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I see Amy Schumer is claiming that she told her people not to book anything for the Super Bowl.
Oh, like they were looking for Amy Schumer.
I know, like they were going to put Amy Schumer on there anyways.
Yeah, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Come on.
Yeah. Does someone actually want to? I don't even look at the Super Bowl. Do you look at it, Tim? You're all-American California dude.
I do.
Okay.
I don't want her doing a halftime show, though, and I definitely don't want a wardrobe malfunction on that one.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this whole thing then? Because I don't look at sports. I think you, Walter, Babyface, you guys look at sports. What do you think about the whole Super Bowl and people not wanting to perform and all that stuff?
I don't care.
I'm so disenfranchised by pro sports these days anyways. I prefer college.
I watch college football. We don't watch a lot of, other than hockey, we don't watch a lot of pro sports.
Are the college guys taking a knee?
No.
Okay. I haven't seen one.
Okay.
They're
not paid either.
Okay, someone wants to know what the project was that I showed this thing. So
tell me what's up with that. What do you got going on there?
This is a PWS upper that I got, 223 Wild.
Okay.
I got to do something with it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got to do something. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure that out. Should I make it a pistol? Should I SBR it? Should I? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I should do with it. It's piston.
Brace it.
So,
put a brace on it. Don't
we could throw 16 lower on it and smoke it.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question about that then. So that caliber 223 out here in the West in the Intermountain area, it's a good varmint rifle, like coyote hunting and stuff like that. What is that? What you guys use them out in the East and Southeast for?
The 223 Wild, pretty much. I think you could put 5.56 in the 223.
Yeah.
223 is
223 in general is
two person. It's a two-legged predator control. That's what I mean, I have my two-legged predator control on the wall. But
two versions
if I were to go hunting, I would do 308 personally,
or like 7.62 by 39, or like the AK.
Yeah, something a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
300, even 300 blackout would be better than.
We don't. I mean, well, I don't know. We do have coyotes out here. We just don't.
I think a lot of guys here do 300 blackout for coyotes and stuff.
Yeah,
because you could suppress it. It's quieter.
There's so much open country out here that a lot of guys out here are using those smaller flat shooting calibers because they're fast.
Yeah.
But they've got long shots on some of these. In fact, I got a buddy.
Are there prairie dogs out there?
Oh yeah, all over the place. In fact, they're just really invasive in some areas, as you can imagine. I got a buddy that built a 7mm mag, which is what I shoot, but he built it to shoot long distance because he deer hunts with it. But it's too heavy to pack long distance. But he hunts this area where the big bucks go over the edge of a cliff and hang out down there where people can't get to them. And the only way to get to them is from across the canyon. So across the canyon at him. When he was sighting that thing in and dialing it in, he hit a rock chuck at 800 yards.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
So, how does he recover them afterwards?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that he's got it yet, but that's what he's aiming for when he built it just last year.
Oh, okay, because I'm thinking, how are you going to get that out of there?
You have to rope that thing out.
Ropes.
Yeah. He's going to take it down. So it's on the edge of the cliff, and he's going to go over there for it, right?
Well, I think it's accessible by foot, but the bucks go there, the big ones go there, because the only way to get in there, you're noisy, and they can tell if you're coming.
Oh.
So you have to ambush them from across the canyon.
Yeah. And then hope you get to them before like a grizzly bear or something gets over there and starts picking that carcass apart for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. That'll be interesting to see some video on that.
Yeah, I'd have to see if I can get him to document some of it. He's really quiet about it though. He won't even tell me, and I'm a good friend, where this is. He doesn't want to know.
Because that's his spot. That's right. Messing up his spot.
That's right.
I just tease him by telling him I'm going to follow him one day. I know what he's doing.
Yeah, just GPS him without him knowing about it.
Put a tag on his truck or on his body or gun or something.
I do have a friend who's a wildlife resource guy, and he's got those trackers.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's very cool. Let me see. Do you guys have any what projects? I know Babyface was throwing up a project there.
Oh, this just sits on my desk. I don't know if I'll eventually build it into a Garand, but as of right now, it's just a blank Garand receiver from, I think 43. I think that's one that serializes go back to.
Yeah,
Springfield.
Yeah, I've got that. The thing you dropped off. I have at the shop that I got to paint. I'm gonna try to paint that before I leave to go to DC.
Yeah,
that P90 1022 build.
Hank's thing, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, the P90. Okay, that'll be cool. Yeah. Make sure you tag me on that. Did anyone go get their? I
wanted one.
Olight on sale.
If I wasn't
on sale.
In a tough place, I would buy one because I really think they're cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched the video. They were like $22 or something.
Yeah, but it was only for 3 hours.
And they're solid copper, which is really neat. So it's gonna patina really, really nicely.
Yeah. So Tim, what we're talking about is this flashlight from Olight. It uses a AAA, and I think it's 180 lumens.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's copper, so yeah, it's gonna get a real nice patina on it. If you're into the copper stuff, which is cool, it looks kind of. I think you have some kind of lighter or something like that. That's kind of what is it called again?
This is how it'll turn. Let me get back.
Yeah, I got you.
That's copper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Patina's all dark like an old penny.
Yeah.
So that's not brass.
No, it's definitely copper. I bought it as copper. This is brass. So here's brass next to it.
Oh,
it's hard to tell.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see
a little bit red. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
If I can get it to focus.
There we go. For a second.
Yeah, I shoot my AK naked. Says he got one.
Yeah, I thought they looked cool.
Yeah, Kiaski says it's gonna smell like you played in pennies.
Yeah, you get that penny smell in your hands.
Yeah, copper stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? I think we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour. You know, I wanted to have Tim come back on here before we go out to SEMA show so that you guys could get a chance to kick it with him again. You probably see us in a video. You're gonna be there for the whole time, Tim?
The whole week.
The whole week. Okay.
Cool.
You're all geared up, you're all ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Locked and loaded, as they say.
Is it just you from Novak or a bunch of other folks from Novak?
Just myself.
Okay.
Oh,
Covering some ground.
Yeah.
My walking shoes.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys don't have a booth, right?
No, just different Jeeps and different booths that have our product in them.
All right, cool. Yeah, so, since we'll both be out there, I'll try to, go check out the stuff that has Novak conversions products in it and bring you guys some kind of video. Just make sure you go to Stranger Palooza and subscribe over there. If you're into looking at the car stuff, we'll be over there doing that. Let me roll through the guys, and then I'll come back to Tim. Babyface, what's going on with you this week?
Not a whole lot. I will be tonight. If anybody wants to jump on with me, I'm probably going to play some more Insurgency. So if there's anybody out there that is a PC gamer and wants to play Insurgency with me, let me know on Facebook. I will get you on.
And kick their asses.
No. Wait, I've been playing co-op. I haven't been playing competitive. I'm not quite ready for competitive yet. But if anybody wants to
you're training up.
That's right. I'm prepping for the competitive.
Okay.
I'll be playing. So that's pretty much it for me, though.
All right, very cool. Walter, what's going on with you? You'll be here tomorrow, right?
I'll be here tomorrow. In the shop, we're working on MP5K Picatinny rail adapters for the back of the receiver. For the guys that want to put like the SIG stocks on and stuff like that. That's coming off right now. Like I said, we got the new SIG brace rails and tail hook adapters. Those are ready. They're ready to ship. If you want to buy one, just give us a call or check out the website. The Street Bog adapters, the Picatinny rail adapters, are actually selling pretty good. Actually,
nice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So,
how do you spell the Street
working on STIRBOG.
Bog.
Street Bog, like Zoidberg. Yeah, no, it's anyways. No, it's not like Zoidberg, but
Those are pretty popular because they're decently priced.
Yeah, and they're well made too. So that's I think they're picking up in popularity. I think it's going to be.
Wait, how is it spelled?
Streetbog. STRIBOG.
BOG. Okay, street. Okay, so it's like it sounds.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, they're well made. They're competitive price. I think it's going to give CZ a run for their money. With the Scorpion Evo Scorpion.
The pricing on it's better than the than competitors, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
the magazine's expensive on that?
Oh, I don't know what magazine pricing are. You get 2 20s with it, but I haven't seen any of the 30s for sale yet. So
and power.
All right. And then you're going to be painting up some plastic.
Yeah, I'll be painting up some P90 1022 plastic, get that thing started. And then I'm going to be building this. I think I might, before I leave, start working on the ATI build. So I'm going to wait for you. You want to build that together, right?
Yeah.
I'll do that when we get back from SEMA.
Okay.
You get back.
Yeah. When I get back, we'll get some projects done. I'll come over. Yeah. I'll make a road trip up there and we'll do it. Okay. We'll build it, All right, cool. So Tim, Novak conversions, what do you guys have going on?
It's just crazy around here right now. Usually we see a slowdown, like what we've always called our slow season, from about June till November-ish, maybe even December sometimes. But man, it has not slowed down 1 month this entire year. So that's awesome. It's all we can do to keep up with it right now. We've got one of our machines in the machine shop down, so we got a repairman out there this late at night. We've got a new machine for the machine shop on its way out here because we can't keep up with the demand. We're moving our entire fab shop to another building across the parking lot.
What?
We just can't keep up with it right now, man. It's a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. I need to come out there and like do a build or something with you guys and do some video with that.
You mentioned before that ride you do with veterans or something?
Yeah, we call it War Hero 2 Trail Hero, and it started out just to kind of help advertise Trail Hero. It's a big event down in southern Utah. There's an amazing off-highway vehicle park there that's open area for any off-road vehicle, and you know, they do some neat things. For example, they dedicate one day to trail rides for wounded warriors and disabled vets. They have another day that they do and they even do a trail ride just with all veterans that want to go do it. And I did that with them this year, and what a great group of guys that was, man. I love being around that group of guys. The Harley Davidson dealer down there did a big breakfast for them, but they also do another day of trail rides for disabled children as well, and underprivileged children, and get some kids out there to see what kind of fun you can have on the rocks and in the sand. But so we started that War Hero ride to help advertise for Trail Hero, and it's kind of taken on its own entity now. People want to just come do that ride with us. We've had guys drive from California just to come do that with us and then drive home. But we start at the Idaho border in the north, out in the west part of the state where it's all desert country. And the first day we ride the Transcontinental Railroad path. You guys know where the East and West Railroads met in the 1800s? And we're up on the railroad tracks and off and up and off, you know, because there's bridges that are washed out. But it's a dusty mess that first day, but we had a blast. And then we ride the Pony Express trail route for the last 2 days. And it's some pretty remote country. You're hours away from any civilization, and it's
camping and doing that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We had more veterans show up this year than ever, and everybody had an absolute blast.
Yeah, that's very cool. So how can the folks, it already happened this year, right? So
yes, just happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so folks have to look for it next year. How can people get in touch with you and follow you guys?
You know, we have an Instagram site just for that. It's called War Hero, the number 2 Trail Hero. And then we always have information on our website about it. If anybody wants more information about it, I'd be happy to answer it too, since I'm the one that does it now. So my email address is tim@novak-adapt.com.
Okay. Yeah. So War Hero 2 Trail Hero, that's the Instagram, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Following it.
We'll be posting more and more video and photos and everything of the event. We have some great content we got this year. Such beautiful country, and 3 days of dirt road therapy was a blast.
Found it. Flat fenders. I see flat fenders.
Yeah. We try to get as many as we can get there, flat fenders, but you know what? We don't turn away anybody, especially if it's
no. That's just a long ride from Florida, so
it is a long ride.
Yeah, Walter's on that flat fender kick, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could call me glutton for punishment or something.
Yeah, he's gonna have to scratch that itch.
Yeah. There's something about a flat fender Jeep that just gets under your skin. You gotta have it, you know.
Yeah. I've resisted the Jeep for a long time because everybody in the military vehicle thing has a Jeep, you know, and I was like, I don't have a Jeep. It's just grown on me, I think. So
yeah, it's got to do it now. It's got to do it now. Okay. All right, cool. So you know what? I want to thank Tim for coming on. It's been fun. Thanks to Babyface and Walter as well.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, for coming on the show. We'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back. Walter will be here with me as well. And then tomorrow's the last day. We won't be here. I don't know. Probably be gone for like 2 weeks or something. But we're still going to throw up snippets and things like that, and some older shows that we're moving over here. So if you guys watch that stuff, I appreciate it. And you know, and we'll obviously be posting stuff on different places on our social media. So stay in touch with us. Thanks everyone for joining us today. We're out of here. Peace. Bye. See ya.